The hardest thing to do is to forgive someone who is not sorry for what they did. I have been through some terrible things in my life. I have been through abandonment as a child. I ran away from home at the age of 14 because of abuse. I've been through betrayal, heartbreak, and so on. But all these smiles showing up on my face is as a result of letting go of my bad experiences in life. I made a video on forgiveness a month ago and got a lot of responses because many resonated with me. I know that there are many people out there who are struggling to forgive the cruel things done to them. So in this video, I talk about my 5-step process to true forgiveness. These 5 steps will help you get to that place where you can truly let go of the wrong done to you. You may say, why should I forgive a person who wrongs me? Just listen to what I have to say, and you'll understand why it's in your best interest to forgive. Hi everyone, this is Taking Steps with Marian. Hope you are good. If you're not, come on, smile. This is a place to learn how to deal with life issues so you can come out better and stronger than you were. Thanks to all my subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate your support. Keep supporting, okay? What is forgiveness? Some say forgiveness means someone did something wrong, but they are being excused from it. Some say forgiveness sounds like a word to me. It makes little sense. Some say when you forgive, your sins will be forgiven too. Many people struggle to forgive because the concept of forgiveness makes them feel they are doing the person who did them wrong a favor. When we go through hurtful things such as heartbreak, divorce, bullying, abuse, rape, betrayal, or abandonment, letting go of the wrong done to us is not easy. But holding on to it can affect different areas of our lives. However, we can't just say, I forgive, and then forgiveness happens. Forgiveness is a process. When someone does us wrong, there is a process we have to go through to get out of the hurt so we can truly forgive. Let's look into my 5-step process to true forgiveness and you'll understand what I mean. Step 1. Allow yourself to go through the hurt and/or resentment. What do I mean by that? When someone wrongs you, allow yourself to feel the emotional pain, the disappointment, the disgust, the anger, or the fear. When people do us wrong, it is natural for us to feel hurt, anger, fear, disappointment, and disgust sometimes. And that is okay. Allow yourself to go through the hurt and resentment if you feel it. If someone breaks your heart, allow your heart to break. Don't act as if you are okay or brush off your feelings. If someone annoys you, allow yourself to be annoyed. If someone disappoints you, allow yourself to feel disappointed. There can be situations where someone can feel hurt and not be resentful. There can be situations where someone can feel both. Either way, you have to go through those feelings. You may say, how do I do this? Everyone's situation is unique, so there is no one solution for all. There are many ways to go through this process, but I will give you one way you can do by yourself. Look in the mirror. Talk to the mirror as if you are talking face to face to the person who wronged you. And say to the person exactly what you feel or what you want to say to them. If you feel like insulting them, screaming, crying, whatever you feel, go ahead. Don't stop yourself from feeling that which you feel. No one is watching. You can do this. This process frees you from holding in the anger, the hurt, fear, disgust, and so on. It releases the resentment and the hurt out of you. Do this a few times and you will see results. When I go through this process with my clients, I pick up the things they say and connect the dots to help them see what is going on inside of them. Going through the hurt and the resentment process helps you to release the negativity you feel and the power it has on you. After you have gone through the hurt and the resentment process, step 2 is time to deal with the hurt and or resentment. When you feel hurt or resentful about something, you need not stay there for long. If you stay there too long, it can cause you psychological problems, or you can transfer what you feel to other people knowingly or unknowingly. You can transfer it to a friend, someone you are dating, your spouse, your kids, or your colleagues at work. Therefore, it is important to deal with it. I call it making it all go away. I've been through child abuse, abandonment, betrayal, and heartbreaks. So I know how it feels to be alone with the hurt or the resentment and what it does to you. Hurt or resentment is bad for the body, mind, and soul. Dealing with it is good for you. There are hurtful things that happen to us that we don't have control over. For example, a friend's sudden betrayal, rape, child abuse, or someone using you to further their agenda. And there are hurtful things we bring upon ourselves. For example, trusting someone who lies or breaks their promises, or marrying someone who cheats or disrespects, or having kids with someone who is irresponsible. Identifying what you have control over, what you don't have control over, and what led to what is very important when dealing with the hurt or the resentment you feel. Sometimes the hurt and the resentment we carry is not even about us, but because we don't know that it's not about us, we carry them for too long. There are bad and broken people in this world who do terrible things to other people. You will need help to go through this step. You can't do this on your own. I advise you see a counselor or a therapist who resonates with you, or feel free to contact me if you need help in dealing with hurt or resentment. My contact details are below this video. It's very necessary to deal with the hurt or the resentment you feel. After you have dealt with the hurt and the resentment, step 3 is time to learn how to set personal boundaries. Here is where you learn how not to allow and accept people's inappropriate behaviors. Remember, step 2 reveals to you what led to what you have control over, and what you don't have control over. In this step, I use what I find out in step 2 to teach my clients how to set personal boundaries in their relationships. Learning how not to allow inappropriate behaviors such as bullying, harassment, belittling, being lied to, silenced, or disrespected builds your confidence as well. What is a boundary? A boundary is a set of rules you follow to protect yourself from being manipulated, used, or violated by others. Learning how to set personal boundaries gets you to a place where you can say no to people's inappropriate behaviors. Don't allow anyone to make you feel miserable or worth less. You are valuable. This brings me to step 4. Practice the boundaries you have set for yourself and get comfortable in it. Why practice? There are manipulators and narcissists who can have control over you if you don't repeatedly stop them from making you feel miserable or worth less, especially the ones close to you such as family members or team members at work. There are people you just can't escape, and they can draw you in their mess. A manipulator is someone who uses people. They play mind games, they bully people, look for other people's weaknesses, and use it to take advantage of them for their own interest. A narcissist is someone who is very self-centered. Their only concern is themselves. They ignore the needs of others and are boundary violators. This lovely quote describes what I'm saying to you. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. So every tree that does not produce good fruit is chopped down and thrown into the fire. Just as you can identify a tree by its fruit, so you can identify people by their actions. Many people underestimate the power manipulators and narcissists can have over them. Thinking you can do something is easy. However, doing that thing can be difficult to do. Therefore, practicing your boundaries on manipulators and narcissists around you helps you to be better at it. At this stage, you practice until you get to a place where you feel confident enough in it. You have the power not to allow unacceptable behaviors. After you have practiced your boundaries and have become confident in your boundaries, step 5 is time to forgive. Because now you have learned how not to allow unacceptable behaviors. Like I said in my forgiveness video, all the study I did on forgiveness proved that forgiveness is not about the person who wronged you, and it's also not about accepting what the person did. It's about the person being wronged. So when you forgive, you are making a choice or a decision to let go of what the person did to free you from the hurt and the resentment. Why is it important to forgive? Whether you allow the wrong the person did or not, there is still a weight you carry if you don't let go of what they did. It has control over you. Believe me, I've been through it. I know it does. When I noticed that my hurt and resentment was controlling me when I was going through those terrible things in my life, I remember saying these to myself. I feel miserable and worthless because of what has happened to me. I can't go back and change what has happened, but I know I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to carry this burden with me. I don't want this burden to stop me from living my life, to close doors for me, to affect my relationships and my loved ones. I said to myself, I will do everything I can to forgive because I know that forgiveness is good for me. When you hold on to hurt or resentment for too long, it can lead to self-hurt, self-doubt, suicide, low self-esteem, worthlessness, jealousy, and many more. Free yourself by letting go of the wrong done to you. Not letting go can affect the choices and the decisions you make. It can also take away the peace and joy you can have in your life. So I encourage you to forgive. Going through these 5 steps I've given you will help you get to a place of true forgiveness. If you are new here, support this channel by subscribing and introduce yourself in the comment section below. Click on this red button below this video and hit the bell next to the subscription to get a notification anytime I post a new video. See you soon. Bye.